Good morning, kids. Dad here. It is August 1st, Saturday, August 1st. I have no idea what time it is. Sometime in the morning, probably around 11 or so. I just finished a 10K run, so apologies, a little sweaty. But interesting morning. Interesting morning. I'd been, in all honesty, kids, I'd been in a really weird funk this past week, a really weird headspace. Some really strange thoughts, feeling very off. Kind of dark thoughts, questioning reality in some ways. I don't know, like a weird fun house, like a not so fun house that I've been living in. It felt like, but I was definitely feeling detached from you kids, and I think from God. And my morning support group, my men's meeting, that is what I call it my home group. It's the first recovery meeting I ever went to. And I've gone to it almost every single day since, for the last, I don't know, almost coming up on 2 years now. And every 90% of the men in that room on that meeting, I know. About half of them I've met personally, and they're amazing people. They're my superheroes. So I got asked this morning to give the lead, which meant I had to read a little paragraph at the beginning of the meeting and then share my thoughts on that paragraph. So it's kind of like, to me, it felt kind of like when you get called up to stand in front of the classroom to give a book report. Except everybody sitting in that classroom, they're your superheroes. They're a bunch of legends. They're the MVPs of the universe as you know it. So wow, talk about feeling ill-suited. What can I stand up and say in front of them? But the funny way it worked out is the paragraph, the reading that I had to read, was about living a spiritual life, and how spirituality is something we need to live. It's not a theory. And immediately when I read that, I thought of you, Fiona. And I was reminded immediately of that time on September 6th when I was at that silent retreat, praying to that statue of Mother Mary, asking her if it was okay that I could pray to her, if she could receive my prayers, because I wasn't sure. I've never met her before. I don't know. I don't know if she's godly or not. And I told her, Fiona, or Mother Mary, if I can pray to you, I'd like to pray for my daughter, Fiona. And please just bless her and be with her today. I haven't seen her in almost 2 years now. And I care for her deeply, and I think about her every day, and I miss her. And as you know, Fiona, because I've told you this story, I know, I stood up and I turned around to walk back towards the chapel, and a little baby deer was staring at me from across the field, and that little baby deer walked up and stood 10 feet from me and stood there and stared at me. We locked eyes. It's big black eyeballs staring at me. And I just froze for probably, I felt 2 minutes, felt like an hour. It was probably about 2 minutes or so. And then the chapel bell rings, and I go into the chapel, and I sit down, and I'm starting writing in my notepad. The craziest thing just happened. I'm praying at the statue of Mary, and then the priest comes in, and he opens up the Bible, and he reads from the podium, and he reads Psalm 42. Like a deer naturally flows to running water, our hearts naturally flow to God. And I froze in that moment, as you know, Fiona, and I wrote down Psalm 42 in my journal, and then I went back up a couple lines to write about what had just happened. And I'm like, so I'm praying at the statue for Mother Mary to my daughter, and I wrote FIA, and I didn't even write your full name, Fiona. I got to FIA, and I froze, because it hit me that FIA in Irish translates to deer. So there I was praying, asking if it was okay to pray to Mother Mary and for her to bless you, praying to you, Fiona. and a deer emerges from the woods and approaches me like it's never happened in my life. Stood there peacefully with me for 2 minutes plus. And the first human words I hear are Psalm 42 about a deer. And your name in Irish translates to deer. Your nickname, Fia, translates to deer in Irish. So I shared that story with the men this morning. And I don't know, I think it was relevant. And, a couple of, over the course of the meeting, other guys, they take turns passing the microphone, so to speak, around. Other guys kind of share their reflections. And I got a lot of calls and a lot of notes, a lot of messages. A lot of guys, I seem like what I said really resonated with a lot of them. And the wild thing is, I think it resonated with me as well. It was timely for me to remember, and shame on me for ever going a day forgetting that morning on September 6th, praying to you, Fiona, how God just hit me with those three bolts of lightning in a row. The deer, the psalm, your name. It's beyond coincidence. That is to me a clear sign of whatever this magical God that I don't understand is. Clearly him just giving me the nod saying, Ryan, yes, you can pray to me. You can pray to Mother Mary. I'll receive your prayers. And after that meeting, sharing that with those men, being reminded myself of that, praying, and then just hitting this 10K. I think my head is clear. My head and heart are back aligned in the right direction, which is keeping God first and foremost, and knowing that as long as I hold as close to God as I can, do as he would have me do the things that bring me closer to God, avoid the things that would put me further away from God, everything in the world will be okay, including you kids. Even if I can't see you today, it'll be okay, because God's got us. So anyhow, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, kids. Welcome to August. I get to go hang out with the state commander of the American Legion and watch some Legion baseball this afternoon as the personal security detail, state commander, which is an excuse maybe for me to get a free hot dog and watch some baseball, some great company. So I'll be thinking of you kids the whole time, though. Love you. We'll talk soon.